Hello, it's Miss Lisa, your OT, and welcome to winter week 11. Okay, hey, it's not winter anymore. Happy spring! This past weekend, we celebrated the first day of spring. Did you guys know that? Yeah, on Saturday, the 20th, was first day of spring. So, weather's going to start getting warmer, birds are going to be out more, the sun's going to shine. We might get some April showers, but that's okay because that's part of spring, because then flowers start blooming. And I've always liked the spring, and I especially like the spring, and this is a activity that's very geared towards things that I love, and I love birds. We've got outside of our, just on the other side of this wall behind you, or behind me, or in front of me, is my birds, the outside birds, they make little tiny nests. And we have some ledges all around the back of our house. And usually in the spring, we have at least 4 nests at any given time. And when the eggs hatch, you hear the little tiny birds, and it's so, so cute. So that's what we're doing today. Grab your activity that looks like this. You should only have one more in your packet, and Miss Lisa is working feverishly to make the next set of packets for you. But today we're going to do the little bird's nest. So if you have the writing with it, you can just go ahead and set it aside. If yours looks like mine, that means that you have some pre-writing packets to work on. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to separate them out and we'll begin. So you need glue, scissors, and a black crayon. Okay, so let me make sure before I begin. Yes, I do have my black crayon. Make sure you have your black crayon. So you can always pause the video if you need to go get those things. So let's go ahead. I did not cut out this bird for you. This might be tricky for a lot of students. So go ahead and do your best. We're going to go ahead and cut out the bird. There's a lot of cutting today. So be prepared. We're going to cut out the bird, and then this is going to be our sun. It's kind of a plain Jane sun right now, but we'll jazz it up a little bit. Oh, so you know what? Maybe you want to get some orange. Have all your crayons nearby. We might get a little creative. I don't know what the plan is. Okay, let's go ahead and remember to have good thumbs up position on your scissors with your driver hand. I'm going to put my driver hand at the top of the page, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to cut from here, and I'm going to go straight to the bottom because I like this curve. It looks like the easiest curve right now. So go ahead and start cutting out your bird. Okay, and then you see my driver hand repositioned so we can make that sharp turn. So I stop, I make the sharp turn on his tail, and then I get going. I want to keep his tail nice and pointy. He's got a cute little tail. Please don't chop off his tail and cut corners. Make sure driver hand does a great job turning that paper, especially when you get to his beak. Okay, we do not want to cut off Mr. Bird's beak. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna go straight and cut off his beak. It's too cute. So I'm going to turn again, little snips to the edge of his nose or his beak. I'm gonna stop, reposition my hand, sharp, 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 sharp turn, and continue on. I'm gonna stop again, small turn to continue the curve around his chest. Okay, Mr. Bird, how'd yours turn out? Does everybody still have a pointy tail? Does everybody still have a pointy nose? I hope so. All right, let's go ahead and cut out that sun. Okay, so again, I'm gonna find where I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna say that I'll start right here, and I'm gonna start cutting all the way around. And I turn, 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 and stop. All right. Did you stay on the lines? You should only maybe see a little bit of the black, or maybe you cut on the inside of the black, but Mine's a nice circle. Okay, so now you have 2 brown pieces of paper. I chose not to make lines on it this time. Reason is I know some of you are really practicing making some straight lines, and we've been practicing all year long on our cutting. So I thought maybe it would be good for you to just give it a try and do some snips. So one of them I'm going to do with lines, and I'm going to ask for an adult helper, or excuse me, I'm the adult helper for myself, but you could go ask an adult helper if you feel like you need some guidelines. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to make them right here. And then I'm going to show you how thin I want my strips. They're going to be pretty small. So see, they're going to be pretty small. Even more narrow together might be better because we're making thin pieces to build a bird's nest onto our paper. So you can ask an adult helper to give you some straight lines if you need some guidance. Or let's just go ahead and, you can try it yourself. So I'm going to first do it by cutting on my lines. Okay, and I just cut. About 3 snips you need. You might need 4 to be able to cut those strips out. Cut. And now I'm going to just do it on my own. I'm going to find where I want to go, and I'm going to challenge myself to go nice and straight. Okay? See how I did that? Oops, that one went flying. I'm going to find a place on my paper on the edge, and I'm going to do about 1, 2, 3, 4 snips. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's okay if it starts going a little diagonal, but let's try just guiding your hand and going nice and straight. Driver hand will be going straight down. A cutting hand will stay, you'll probably move across the paper as well too. They kind of work in harmony together. I want to make this one nice and thin. Yeah. Please watch your little fingers when you're doing those last couple pieces. Don't get those fingers in the way, okay? So I have quite a few strips. I'll show you. I have quite a few strips. Do you guys have a lot of different strips of paper? Okay, and then I'm going to do the same with my light brown, okay? This time I'm not going to make any markings. I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball it, and I'm going to find a little spot. And you know what? Also, adult helpers, if you have an adult helper, what they could do is they could give you little notches just to get you started. See how I did that for myself just now? Little notches, so that your student knows where to start their scissors. That might be another good way to adapt it. But again, we're going to make some strips. These are going to be for the twigs and the branches and the straw and all the little things. I find it amazing what birds find to make their nests, don't you? Have you ever actually looked at a bird's nest? It's not just sticks and twigs. It's like intricate. There's a lot of grass in there. I probably could have got some green pieces too. There's little fuzzy. I know like the birds, because we've got dogs, they'll like pick up like piles of dog fur that are like maybe in the corner. I know that sounds weird, but they want to keep warm too. They'll find whatever they can. They love like the little, like any lint that comes out of your lint exhaust from their dryer. It's amazing. Birds are just, and they form it so perfectly. I don't even think with the resources that they use, I don't even think I can make a nest quite like them. And especially hummingbirds. Man, have you ever seen a hummingbird nest? They are tiny. I mean, we're talking like, well, I've got a pencil thing here. I mean, we're talking like this big, and they're compact. Compact means they're very solid. And it's just amazing what birds do to make their little nests and for their little babies. So anyway, let's move on. So now we've got all these crazy pieces of paper, and we've got our bird. We probably have more paper than we need, because what we're going to do is we're going to take our paper, we're going to have it this long ways, or horizontal. So you're not going to have it this way tall. You're going to have it wide. Okay, because we're going to build a nest at the bottom of our paper. So let me go get my clipboard here so that maybe perhaps as I'm gluing, you can see how mine's coming along. Okay, so let me do that. I'm going to do my best to do this backwards. But the reason why I had different colors is just the nest, it's going to be kind of like this. And it's going to be like just like a zigzag. So you know what I think would be fun? If you have regular glue might be fun to just kind of, we get to kind of go crazy today. Or a glue stick would work out fine too. We'll do both. How about that? We'll do both. We're going to start with the glue stick if that's all you have, okay? You might hear some giggling in the background. My kids are watching a show in the other room. So I'm going to find the bottom of my paper, and I'm just going to go a little crazy with the glue. I'm just going to put a bunch on because we want those sticks and twigs to fit. Okay, and then I'm just going to start putting it on. Let me move that. Okay, so I'm going to just start putting some of these pieces of paper on. Just have fun with it. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no perfect way. Now, birds, they have a more perfect way, but you want to be able to like kind of crisscross them because you're going to make a little nest for your bird. And she can just sit right on and be so proud to lay her eggs on your nest that you're going to create for her. Okay, another one here. My glue's kind of starting to dry out, and what I think I might do is I'll give it a try with the stick glue. Oops, this one's really flipping up. But you're just gonna put them on. See how I'm not really caring as far as where they go. They're just gonna kind of crisscross mishmash. Okay. Or maybe I'll even like do a little drizzle. I don't know. That might be fun. Let's see if I can get my glue to open. If not, then I might have to go back to my glue stick. Let's see. Yep, this one has definitely dried out. Love glue, but when they get stuck, don't they? And it's like no clearing them out. This one's not going to clear out. So good thing I brought both glues. So I'm going to continue on with my glue stick. And you're literally, the pile that you just put on, put some glue right on top of that. And the sticks are going to stick on top of each other. The great thing about glue is it dries clear. So, and it will help actually, here, I'll show you how I did it. It'll actually help push these ones down, and then you can do more layers, okay? So, let's do some crisscross here, here. Oops, I dropped one. There. How's your nest turning out? Is your mama bird going to be so proud to use it for her babies? Okay. Your hands might get a little sticky, but that's okay. I might even need a third layer of glue. Yeah, I definitely think a glue stick on this project works best. Okay, I think that was my last one. How'd yours turn out? Again, you're going to see all my purple and it looks a little messy, but it dries clear and it's going to look great. So I've just built my nest for my bird. So should we go ahead and put her on? Okay, so she's going to perch so sweetly right into her nest like that, okay? So go ahead and turn over your bird, and on the back side, you do not want to put glue all over her face. You want to put it on the back side. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue all over the backside of Mama Bird. Could be Daddy Bird too. And I'm going to find where I'm going to put her. I think I'll put her right about here. She looks the happiest right there. Well, I might need a little more glue underneath that on that side. Okay. Oh, she's a little crooked, isn't she? Miss Lisa, when she has to do things upside down. There we go. I'm going to straighten her out. And have to do things upside down. Sometimes things get crooked. Okay. She's sitting a little prettier on this nest now. You should get a little twig that's coming up the top. I might just kind of tuck that under. You can make adjustments how you want. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. She looks so cute. So after I had created this, I thought it's kind of plain. I want something. So I thought it'd be fun to add a little sun because it is spring. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put that sun. Now let's see. You can put it anywhere. You could put it above her head or in the corner by her head. Or I think I have a little bit more space over here. And I'm putting mine right about here. And then we'll draw in the sun rays. Okay. So my suggestion is whatever side you have some black peeking through, that's the side you want to put the glue, okay? So go ahead, and I'm going to put some glue all over my sun, and voila. And let's draw in the sun rays. So originally I thought maybe some black sun rays, and you can do that. I'm going to experiment with the orange and make some orange sun rays, and it's finding a spot and straight line. Oh, I kind of like that. It's cute. Finding a line, straight line. Or finding a spot, straight line. Finding a spot, straight line. There we go. Very cute. You can get creative and make maybe even some yellow, smaller. Oh, I do have yellow. Small crayons. I get all the leftovers from my kids. And maybe in between, you'll do some smaller. Oh, maybe you can see better that way. You don't have to see my face. And make some smaller lines in between the orange ones. Oh, I like that. Much better than using black. So there's her sunshine. And she looks so happy in her little nest. So if you have the writing assignment, you're going to go ahead and do the next video with me, and we're going to do our writing for the week. If you don't, go ahead and practice with your pre-writing packets. But yeah, I'm getting all the other packets ready to go. I'll be passing them out during spring break. We've got so many cute things. We've got all spring related and getting ready for summer. We've got gumball machines and oh goodness, what else do we have? We have bumblebees and just lots of fun things. So I think you're gonna like the next set of packets and all the fun activities. So hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. All right, hope everyone's doing well. Thank you, bye.